I've been told multiple times that about 50 to 60% of the country still believes that there's not really any corruption within the political system or within the U.S.
Those
government.
numbers have been cratering.
I hope.
Since the 1960s.
I
They're
hope.
so low now. I don't know who's telling you 50, 60%.
Is it the politicians saying this?
No, no. My work is in politics, and from my understanding, from what I'm doing, I've been told multiple times that about 50 to 60% of the country still believes that there's not really any corruption within the political system or within the U.S.
Those
government.
numbers have been cratering.
I hope.
Since the 1960s.
I
They're
hope.
so low now. I don't know who's telling you 50, 60%.
Is it the politicians saying this?
No, no.
That's not even, if you're going to believe any of them. No. Every institution has been falling for my entire adult life. So what happened is, a little history lesson for you, right?
Please.
So the Great Depression happened, and smart people couldn't leave their homes anymore because they couldn't go to the cities for jobs. So they tended to stay. So what happened was a lot of the boomers and a lot of the silent generation ended up taking jobs like postmaster, driving a bus in town, running a local store, so and eventually getting into government. So they grew up at a time where smart, competent people who were local were involved in politics.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 60s, 70s, and 80s started coming along, and the government got a lot bigger. There's a lot more term for graft and corruption. And all of a sudden, we have this assumption that government was good because the boomers and people older said that it was themselves that were in it. That number has been falling because now we don't trust the military, we don't trust the clergy, we don't trust the schools, we don't trust politicians. Those numbers have been cratering. They're down at like 10%. So if somebody's, and the idea that they don't think it's corruption, that doesn't make any sense. That's one of those
Couldn't
things.
agree more.
It's like when someone says Congress is so terrible, we should throw them out, but I'm going to vote for my guy because he's been in there 65 years. So there's a difference between actions and what they're reporting. But that 50, 60%, I think everybody knows things that they're so corrupt now that they realize that government's out for itself. And that's why they're disengaging, which is one of the dangers. What happens when you stop being engaged? Because if you don't get engaged in politics, you end up a victim of the people who do. And the people who do were the ones that you hated in high school. They're the folks that we see, Pete Buttigieg, Ramaswamy.
Right.
They're all social climbers.
So why is this such a big issue in the country if everybody is aware, if 90% of the country, to your statistics, are aware that the country and the government is corrupt? Why is it such a big problem still?
Other people's problems. That's from, what is it? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, thanks for watching The Merge. We've got a ton more stuff for you to watch on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere. Check us out.